everyone. Hopefully you already checked out my previous video which explains what I'm doing and why the race I'm running, the ultra next year for the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre, and why it's important to me. I'm going to talk about some of the things that hopefully the money I'm going to raise will help towards, some of the figures that I've got from them, from the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre, and some of the things that they do. So I'm just going to run through some of the figures, some of the numbers. This isn't an exhaustive list by any means, but it's just a few things that one of the ladies sent to me when I asked for some figures. So if you donate £3, that could give a woman or a girl a supportive email response from one of their trained volunteers. £5 can buy a self-care bag to help prepare and support survivors when they're going through giving evidence in court, which obviously can be very tough. £10 could pay for modelling door, clay and stickers for a girls' play therapy session. Obviously children having to go through this as well, they have to deal with things in different ways and sometimes talk about what's happened to them in different ways. £15 could contribute to travel or childcare costs, so a woman can attend supportive appointments. £25 could pay for a volunteer to attend one training session for the emotional support services. £50 could give a woman or a girl one specialist counselling session. £64 could cover the cost of recruiting one volunteer for the emotional support services. £120 could pay for a specialist facilitator to run one session of a support group for young women or girls. £428 could enable them to train one volunteer for their emotional support services. So the number of women and girls that they support each year does change, obviously. In 2019-2020 it was over 1,000 people, women and girls. The number dropped in 2020-2021. The pandemic had an impact on how many people they could support, which is why it's even more important now to help them. I was getting help during that time, but they weren't able to obviously help as many people, and I think there was a period when people weren't necessarily coming forward as much then either. However, this year to date has been one of the busiest years they've seen for a long time, and in fact ever in the case of their counselling services is what they're telling me. So far, the 2020-2021 summary, these are the slightly lower numbers. So these numbers are high, I think, but apparently these are slightly lower than normal. So in 2020-2021, this is over a year period, 750 calls were taken on the helpline, 1,050 support emails were responded to, 1,440 counselling sessions were delivered, and 1,799 advocacy sessions were delivered. Now the advocacy sessions is, like I said in my previous video, each person, when you get support from them, gets your own advocate, either called an ISVA, an Independent Sexual Violence Advisor, I think that's the right SVA, yeah, or a CHISVA for a child, which is the same but with child different. And you get your own person, and they will help you with any support that you need. So in Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, and these figures are just Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre, this is not UK, not anything like that, that's just Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre. In Cambridge and Peterborough, since the pandemic began, there's been a 53% increase in the need for the emotional support services. There's been a 67% increase in demand for the advocacy services. And they've seen a 35% increase in women and girls with suicidal thoughts contacting the helpline and support services. And I mean, all of those numbers are just shocking, really. And I think until you're involved in something like this, or you've ever been through it like yourself, you probably don't realise just how many people have. And there will be people watching my videos right now that have been impacted by it personally themselves. There will be other people watching these videos that have been impacted by knowing someone that has, and then there will be other people who don't think they have, but I'll put money on it, someone in the same room as you, someone in the same house as you, one of your friends has been, because the numbers for how many people have been is actually shockingly high. but they've said that the consequences of the COVID pandemic have actually had a significant impact on their work as well. And you know, they've helped me during that period, but I want to help them be able to help more people like me, and provide more of that support. So the more money I can raise, the more women and girls, children that they can help, and that help is invaluable. So I will put my sponsorship page link on my Facebook page and everywhere. I'll put it in comments. Message me if you can't find it. I'll put it in the comments of this. Please consider supporting this fantastic charity. Like I say, it means so much to me, and I really want to help give them something back, and help them to help other people. Thank you.